Hi, everybody. Joe Cioffi here. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show, we'll be talking about weather systems that just continue to move along at a regular rate. No major storms on the horizon, and not really much in the way of rain over the next 7 days. That's all coming up tonight on the Joe and Joe Weather Show at 7:35 p.m. Eastern Time. So we had a little bit of shower activity overnight that hit a few places. Not everybody saw them, and you can kind of see this sort of this stick of clouds that's still streaming over southeastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and over Long Island. It's gradually shifting to the southeast, so I think we'll be able to break out into some sunshine for this afternoon as this cold front pushes offshore. We've got a northwest wind, so if the sun gains control, or in places where it does, probably see temperatures climb up well through the 60s. This will probably be the warmest day of this week, as we've got another weather system back into the plains and in the northwest, and that's following up on this. So behind this first system, we are going to chill down tonight and tomorrow, and then we're going to have to deal with the next round of warm front, cold front games that are going to be played for Wednesday night and Thursday, but not much in the way of rain in the forecast. In the meantime, we still see some showers up in upstate New York and in northern Maine. Also seeing some showers just off of Cape Cod and Nantucket, and there's a little bit of activity aloft showing up in southern New Jersey at midday and off the south shore of Long Island. That really isn't going to amount to very much. There are some showers moving across the Dakotas. We've got some rain with a little bit of snow in the higher elevations of Idaho and also in parts of Montana. So I'm sorry, Wyoming, and actually also parts of Montana. So everything just seems to be moving, we said, moving along at a regular rate. As far as rainfall is concerned over the next 7 days, for eastern Pennsylvania to southern New England, we're looking at as little as nothing to at most maybe a tenth of an inch. That's in the light green area, a little bit more in upstate New York, a little bit more in New England, but nothing of consequence really. Some heavier rains along the coastal bend of Texas, that continues. Several inches or more, some half-inch amounts pushing into Alabama and a small portion of northwest Georgia, and we're still getting some heavy rain activity in parts of the Pacific Northwest. And as far as snow is concerned, as we check out the latest outlook here from WPC and see what they have to say. I'm just going to give this a quick update in case they put out a new forecast. And I like to show the probabilities of at least 2 inches. And you see it here across the United States. Not a whole heck of a lot going on. We have just some low probabilities along the Maine-Canada border and on the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and in the northernmost part of Minnesota. A little bit more, though, in central Colorado and extending northwestward up into the northern Rockies and parts of the mountain in the Pacific Northwest. Again, this is mostly for mountain country. So the overall pattern is just this kind of fast west to east flow. Upper trough moving through the northeast tonight. We get into a bit of a ridge position tomorrow. Nothing extraordinary really, because the next trough and upper low already swinging through the Great Lakes, and that's going to play into the eastern part of the United States. It will bring down some chilly air for Friday and probably Saturday into Sunday. That northwest flow continues, and as we go into next week, there is a ridge that's going to build in the middle of the country, and it's going to try to push into the eastern part of the United States, at least for a while. But then eventually it does break down, and we start to go back to a chillier pattern as we head toward Thanksgiving. We'll see how it plays specifically, of course, when we get there. But as far as the day-to-day is concerned, as we said, today is the warmest day of the week. We've got temperatures well up into the 60s. This front goes to the south. High pressure builds in from southeastern Canada. So we will chill down tomorrow, probably in the 50s all day. and then another warm front, cold front combo. Now, Thursday morning, there might be some sleet in upstate New York and maybe a little bit of snow in parts of northern Vermont and into New Hampshire. But much of the rain with this is going to go by to our north. The trick with Thursday is going to be where this warm front sets up, because if you're north of the warm front, you probably won't get much out of the 50s. I'm thinking north of New York City, Connecticut, Hudson Valley. And if you're in southern New Jersey and southeastern Pennsylvania, you probably could see temperatures well up into the 60s. And then it gets chilly for Friday and for the weekend as another high builds into southeastern Canada. And by the way, we've noticed that there has been an increase in snow cover, and I just want to show, at least along the Canadian border, in this pattern where these storms are tracking, well to the north, but right along the U.S.-Canada border, north of the Great Lakes. The snow cover is building in southeastern Canada over the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be a factor in cold eventually once the winter patterns set themselves up. So that's something we're kind of watching this week to see what happens and what implications that has for the long range. Joe and Joe Weather Show again tonight at 7:35 p.m. So please tune in and have a great rest of your Tuesday afternoon.